Hello.
Hi, Mario.
How's your mom doing?
My mom, God willing, maybe will come home tomorrow or Sunday. She's better from the
Oh,
COVID. She's not
yeah.
eating very well, so hopefully, hopefully, being home, she'll eat. You can't visit her. She hasn't seen a family. She doesn't know where she is. She's like disoriented.
Wow.
We're trying to get her home. It's not easy.
No.
Okay, we are on test Vav 15.
Yes.
Right. Menudin umutzura and mahin b'tisporin. Someone who is in cherem or a mitzora, can they take a haircut? So toshma, menudin umutzura, asur l'saper l'chabes. Someone who's in cherem or a mitzora cannot take a haircut, cannot launder their clothes. Menuda shemes, someone who was in cherem and died, based in soiklin aroinoi. So based in throw stones at the coffin. Rabbi Yehuda Amar Lo she'amidenu alav gal avadim k'gal shalacham. It's not that they put a mountain of stones like they did when Achan died. Ela based in shochem anichna v'gdol al arono. Based in sand, a big stone, and they put it on. To teach you that anyone who was in Cherem and didn't try to get out of Cherem and died in Cherem, Bezdin is cycle his aron with a stone. A mourner has to cover his head and face. Yechezkel was told not to cover him. Everyone else has to. So the shaila is, what about menuda mao batifas arosh? Someone in cherem, does he have to cover his head and face? Rav Yosef Toshma. They sat like menudin and avelim until they got forgiveness, similar to an avil. Yeah, but maybe a menuda to shamayim is worse. That's why they have to be like an avil. A menuda bebezdin, maybe not. What about mitzora mal batifas arosh? And mitzora, does he have to cover his head and face? Toshma, the al safam yateh. He has to cover his head and face. Shmamina. Ovel asula niach tefillin. An ovel cannot put on tefillin. You, Yechezkel Anovi, have to wear your pe'er, which is tefillin. Meaning every other ovel does not put on tefillin. Menuda ma'u b'tefillin. What about somebody who's been put into cherem? So teku. That we don't have an answer. Mitzora ma'u b'tefillin. Toshma v'hat sarua. Even the rabbis going gadol that he could become a mitzora. And it says begod of you frumim, which means shiyum koron, they should be torn. V'rosho yefarua means ein free gidol seir, no haircut. They have to let their hair grow long. They Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Kiva Omer nemra vaya barosh v'nemra vaya babeged. Ma vaya babeged dover shechutz migufo. The beged is outside of his body. Afavaya barosh dover shechutz migufo. My love at tefillin. It's not talking about hair growth. It's talking about he doesn't put on tefillin. Amr of Papa Lo akumta v'sudra. It means like his kerchief that he puts around his hat, but it's not talking about tefillin. Ovel Aser, and the din is Mitzoira is chayiv to grow his hair, tears his clothing. Ovel doesn't put on tefillin the first day, but from the second day on he does. Ovel Aser b'sheila shalom. You don't say shalom aleichem to an ovel. The Karmel Rachman Yechezkel, Heyanik Dom, be silent. Menuda Maru b'sheila shalom. A menuda, can you ask shalom aleichem? Rav Yosef Toshma, uv'sheila shalom shebein adam l'chaveiro, d'vnei adam anazuvim l'makom. Those that fast, if there's no rain, so then they a further gzeira is they should stop saying shalom aleichem. So you see, they're menuda, similar to menuda. Amalei abai dilma menuda shamayim shiny, but not getting rain is a sign that you're menuda from shamayim. Maybe menuda from Bezdin is less stringent. Mitzora ma b'sheila shalom. Can you say shalom aleichem to mitzora? Toshma, the al safam yatesh. Yusuf soisav medubakus ubezu. His lips should be stuck together. Sheyei kemenuda cha'avel v'aser b'sheila shalom. You don't say shalom aleichem to a mitzora either. Shma mina. Afraid to gemor v'nishlik minei lemenuda. Why don't we learn from a mitzora to a menuda? Am Rav Acha bar Pinchas ben Rav Yezim miktoni she'aser. It doesn't say that it's aser. Sheyei kemenuda ka'avel ktoni. Means he should be like a menuda ka'avel b'milach renisa. Other dinim, not necessarily sheila shalom. Aser nami b'sheila shalom. He's aser b'sheila shalom. Avel aser b'divrei Torah. An avel cannot study Torah. K'minikom rachman le'cheskel dom. Right? Cheskel was told to be silent. So what about a menuda? Ma'u b'divrei Torah. Amar Rav Yosef Toshma. Menuda, shoyneh can learn v'shoyneh lo, can teach him. Niskar v'niskar lo. You can rent to him and he can rent from you. Muchram lo shona v'lo shonin lo. Somebody who's put into cherem, you don't teach him. Lo niskar v'lo niskar lo, you don't rent to him. Avol shonu la'atzmo, he can learn by himself. Shlo yafsek et limudo. So it doesn't stop learning. Also lo chanus ketona b'shvil parnaso. You give him a little store for his parnasa. Amar Rav Zbunei maya b'paktas darovas. You give him to sell water where like the arovas grow. Makes a little profit. That's all you need. Shma mina. Mitzor ma b'divrei Torah. Can a mitzora learn Torah? Toshma. V'hodatam v'necha v'nei v'necha. Yom asher amarta v'nei Hashem l'kecha b'choyrev. Mala alam be'ema v'yira. By Sinai, they stood in fear over a seis of his with sweat. Kanamru azavim v'mitzorim uvale nidus. Mutarli kras b'Torah. Uvin uksuvim. Ezav v'mitzora b'ale nidus. They can study Torah. The lishnos b'midrash of the Talmud. They can study Shas. Malachos of Agodas. Uvale Korean asurim. But a Balkari is asur. So Shma Mina, so we have our answer regarding a mitzora. He can study Torah. Avel asur b'tichboises. Avel cannot do laundry. Dichsi vaishlach Yoav tkoa. Vaikach misham isha chachama. Vayomer elea yisab lina. V'liv shina vigdei evel. V'al tasuchi shemen. Vayisa ki isha ze yamim rabim esabel sames. Menudin and mitzora mind b'tichboises. Can someone in cherem or mitzora, what do they do about laundry? Toshma menudin and mitzora nasur l'sapir l'chapes. They're usher. They cannot take a haircut or do laundry. Shma mina. Ovel chayv b'kriya. You have to tear kriya. An ovel. The common rachman of the Aaron loisif from who don't tear your clothes. Michlal the kolam machayvi. What about menuda ma'o b'kriya? What about a menuda? Does he have to tear his clothing? Teku. Mitzora ma'o b'kriya. Toshma b'god of Yufrumim. Sheyum kuroim. His clothing should be torn. Shmarina. Ovel chayv b'kriya samita. You have to turn the bed upside down by an ovel. The Tani bar kapora. The mus yukno nosati bohem. The Tzelem Elokim, the image of God was put into man. Uvav nosem afachtia. And when they sin, when they die, he loses his Tzelem Elokim. So kafu mitosem aleh. So it's in fact the turning over the bed is like a symbol of the same hafucha. Menudu mitzvah mind b'kfiyas samita. Thank you. Somebody in cherem and a mitzvah, it's a suffix whether they have to turn over their bed. Avel aser basiyas malacha. An avel is aser to do work. The chsiv afachting chagechem le'evel. Macha agatzer b'malacha. Af avel aser b'malacha. We don't do yontif. We don't do work on yontif. Same thing by avel. Menuda mau basiyas malacha. Rav Yosef Toshma Kishamru Asr Basiyas Malacha Lo Imra Ela Bayom. When they said that you don't do work, it's daytime. Aval Balayla Mutter V'chein Ata Motze B'Menuda V'Avel. So L'chora Menuda and Avel together must be there's Isra Malacha. My Lavakulu. Maybe it's on all of it, including Isra Malacha. Lo Asha'ara. It's on the other things, not Malacha. So there's no raya from there regarding Isra Malacha for a Menuda. Toshma Menuda Shoyne V'Shoyne Lo. You can a Menuda can learn and you can teach him. Niskar v'niskar lo. You can rent to him and he can rent from you. Shma mina. That a Menuda can work. There can be work. Mitzora ma'o basiyas malacha teku. That's a teku. Ovel aser berachitza. Ovel cannot bathe. T'chsival tasuchi shemen. Or chitza b'chlal sicha. Washing is like anointing with oil. Can a Menuda ma'o berachitza? Can a Menuda take a bath? Amar Rav Yosef Toshma. Kishamra aser berachitza lo amar lakol gufo. That's your whole body. Aval panav yadav mutter. His face, his hands, he can wash. So l'chora, the Gemara thinks that an ovel is the same. A menuda is like an ovel. My lavakulu. Lo ashara, not necessarily the dinim of washing. Mitzora mahu berchitza teku. Ovel also beniras a sandal. An ovel cannot wear leather shoes. You put your shoes on. So the rest of the Jews could not. Menuda ma'u benilas asandal. What about someone in Cherem? Can he wear shoes? Amar Rav Yosef Toshma. Kishamru also benilas asandal lo yamar ela ba'ir. Can't wear shoes in the city. Aval baderech mutter. But in the roads you can. Haketza yatzal derech noyel. If he's on the road, he can wear shoes. Nichnas le'ir choletz. You find the same din by Menuda Vavel. So the Gemara wants to say, just like Avel, it works by Menuda. My love akulu. Lo ashar just on the other ones other than that. Mitzora ma benilas asandal teku. We don't know about a mitzora. Avel also betashmi shamita. Avel cannot have relations. David is basheva ishto vayavoyla. Means after they were an Avel, he had relations. From the beginning, it was Asr. Menuda ma b'tashmish. Somebody in Cherem, can they have relations? Rav Yosef Toshma kol oisan shanim sheyisrael b'midbar menudin. How you b'shimshim to say him? The 38 years that the Klal Yisrael were wandering, they were Menuda, and they lived with their wives. So maybe it's different. Maybe it's more makel. Frankly, more makel to kill. Later on, previously, you had a havamina that Menuda Shamayim was more chomer. So Abai is fuka b'safkele. He's not sure. So zilhacha kaman he'll knock you off on both sides. If you come to him with a kuli, come to him with a chumrah, he'll say, I don't know. And therefore, you have to treat it in doubt. Mitzora mar b'tash mishamita. Can a mitzora have relations? Toshma Tanya. Mitzora is yoshav michutz lo. He has to sit outside of his tent. The word oel always refers to your wife. After the Har Sinai, they were told go back to your wives.
We learned before in the Mishnah that a mitzora can do, because remember the suffix of Chalamod, and we didn't know if he should be Simchas Yontif, if we should not say anything to him, because maybe the Simchas Yontif, but he could go back. If he goes excommunicated, he can still be with his wife. And we learned that said so. So obviously that's a raya that Mitzor could be with his wife, because that was a suffix. We weren't sure if we could, the Kohen should be declare him Mitzora on Chalamod, because either way, so we said there was no Simchas Yontif but if we put him in Cherem, but we still could go back. You even said that we passed that he can get a wife.
The Mitzora can have relations.
A Mitzora, right?
Right. Mitzora muchlat muter b'tash b'shamita, says the Rambam.
But the word just says now. We don't know.
From the Gemara,
yeah,
seems that it's learning that it's usher,
right?
a Mitzora, because it says Yasha Michutz La'ala, the Metzor should sit outside of his tent, and the word tent usually refers to your Isha. So the Gemara says, V'nifshit nami lemenuda. Well, then let's learn the same din to a menuda. Amar Ravuna, Braid Rav Pinchas, Braid Rav Yiz, Mikton Isha Aser. It doesn't say it's Aser, it says, Shiyeh kemenuda ka'avel. B'mila achronisa. In other dinim, but Aser nami b'tash b'shamita. But the Rambam paskins that a Metzor Muchlad is mutter b'tash b'shamita. An Avel is Aser, but a Metzor is mutter. Not sure why the Rambam paskins that way, because it looks from the Gemara. Oh, yeah, when he's counting, Bimei Sifra, when he's counting the 7 days, then it's Aser. But Bimei, when he's a Muchlat, then the Rambam, then it's a Machlokes. That's what you're referring to, that the Gemara there seemed to say permitted. And that's why Mitzvah Muchlat is permitted b'tash b'shamit.
Oh, that was only during the 7 days.
During the 7 days of counting, it's Aser.
I see.
Avel eino mishalech korban oisav. An Avel doesn't send his korbanos to the base of Mikdash. The Tanya Reb Shimon Omer, Shlomim bizman shu sholem. You got to send it when you're sholem. V'lo bizman shu onein. Well, what about a menuda? Marsha yishlach korban osav. Can he send his korbanos? Amar Rav Yosef Toshma kol oisim shonim shal yisrael b'midbar menudin ha yivashilchu korban osayin. So the Jews in the midbar were menuda, yet they sent their korbanos. Amar Abai v'dilma menuda shemaim shiny. They kill. Maybe that's more lenient. Kill. V'amat chomer. Previously, he told chomer. Really, sfuka mesafkele umatchele. Either way, he pushes you off because he's mesupik on both directions. What about a mitzvah? Marshi yishlach korban oisav. Toshma the Tanya. Ve'achrei taharaso. Achar prishoso min hameis. So after you've separated from a mace, shivas yamim yispru lo, you should count 7 days. Elu shivas yamei sfiro. Uviyom bo lakodesh lachotzra pnimin s'shareis bakodesh yakriv chataso. Zu asir sa'efa shol de Rabbi Yehuda. That's a mincha. That's a coin who brings every day a mincha. Reb Shimon Omer b'vo'o yakriv bizman sheroy lebiya roy lakrova. When he can come to the base of Mikdash, he can be makriv. Bizman she'ena roy lebiya ena roy lakrova. So Mitzorah cannot send korbanos with a shaliach because he cannot come into the base of Mikdash. Okay. Tomorrow we're going to learn at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Mario?
Shkoyach.